Hello everybody, and welcome to a brand new playthrough type thing. Something a little different. This is going to be Pokemon Emerald for the Game Boy Advance. But it's going to be a Randomizer Nuzlocke, which is something I've never actually done before. I've never done like I've like attempted a Nuzlocke like once in my life. I've attempted like one of these like once in my life, and I didn't get very far, I guess. So, but it's still still like pretty new to me. It's not something I've like done since, and that was like the one time and I didn't get very far, like at all. I got to like, I don't remember, not very far. I chose Emerald because it's one of my favorite games of all time. Loved it as a kid. That's pretty much all this channel is. Me just playing games from when I was a kid, because I absolutely love them. And I figured I could do like a standard, like LP type thing with just Emerald. But I thought I'd do something a bit more fun, something fresh for me. Do Randomizer Nuzlocke. So that's what we're doing. As you can see, we've got like a little overlay on the screen with a death counter at the bottom. So far we're at 0, so we're doing pretty good. Obviously the overlay will become like a bit more apparent as we get Pokemon. Right now it's looking a little bland, but that is because we haven't acquired any Pokemon. So you can expect that to get a bit more full a little later. Now, I'm just messing with the options, setting my frames. These are the frames I used as a kid. They are baller. If you don't use these frames, I don't know what you're doing. They are legit. And obviously changing the text speed because we want to go fast. Yeah, let's get right into it. Just ran out of Zubat. I did mess with a few of the randomizer settings, like obviously I've randomized all the starters, all the wild Pokemon, the trainer Pokemon. I've made it so I could evolve Pokemon that like require trading in that, looks like they've got the easy evolutions going, I'm pretty sure. I randomized the items that you find on the ground, so I figured that'd be kind of fun. You know, I just messed with the settings a little bit. I can post the seed, I guess, once this is done. I don't want to post it now, but I could post the seed or whatever, or like maybe in like a future part, I can go over the settings in a bit more detail, so I don't have it open right now. But I could probably check that out for like the next part or something, if people wanted. I guess there'd be no point in running the seed, though, if you've already watched this. I don't know. I guess it'd still be like random. You might not have all the same encounters and stuff, but you know, starters now would be the same. I don't know. If people want the seed, if anyone's watching this, you know, you can have the seed. I'll put it somewhere. But anyway, coming out of the truck, yeah, let's hit it. We just moved into Little Root Town. As a kid, I used to read it as Litter Root, as in, you know, like rubbish on the floor. I don't know why, but I was dumb. And I always want to call it Little Root, but I know it's called Little Root, so I have to like think about it before I do it. So to setting the time, even though it's pointless because on the emulator it like just doesn't work, but oh well, I like to set the time, because why not? So, just getting that potion, do this in every Pokemon game. Gotta get the potion. I clicked the wrong option though, unfortunately, but there we go. Getting the potion, pretty standard. And there's the GameCube, and now it always says a Game Boy Advance is connected to the GameCube to act as a controller, but that's just not true, because it's definitely a GameCube controller that's plugged in there. I can tell by the sprite. Also, I don't think many games had that functionality where it could function as a controller itself, that I know of. Like the GBA was like its own thing. It didn't like act as a controller, but what do I know? I know, I guess Legend of Zelda Link 4 Swords Adventures or whatever, the GBAs would act as controllers because they sort of had to, if you were doing multiplayer, if you like went into caves and stuff. But apart from that, I'm not really too sure, unless they just say act as controllers and just it's being used because it has to go into the controller slot. But anyway, off topic. Meeting May. May's cool. Best rival. She has the orange like spicy GameCube, which I absolutely love. I think that was just a Japan exclusive. And they definitely did not have like a Spice Orange GBA, so I don't know what they're talking about with the sprite there, because it's definitely a Spice Orange controller, not a GBA. But anyway, about to get our starter, which is exciting. and the overlay will start to fill up. So we've got the choice between Golem, Cacturn, and Onyx. So 3 very interesting choices. Didn't really know who I wanted to pick. A little unsure, but we're gonna go with Golem. I think Golem's pretty cool, and I had a nickname in mind because I don't usually nickname my Pokemon. I never really like doing it, but I know they like kind of like recommend you do it for the Nuzlocke, so you feel a bit more attachment to them. So I decided to pick Golem because I had a name in mind. That was like the big thing. I don't like Golem out of the 3 of them. Cactuarn's cool, but I don't know. I was just feeling my boy Golem. Golem's not usually a Pokemon I never really use any of them that often, to be honest, but I always kind of like Golem, and a part of the reason I don't use Golem very often is because it's a trade evolution. So it's usually why I stray away from those. But here we go, first Pokemon. Giving it a name. Decided to go with Gotham, because it kind of sounds like Golem, and I don't know. I thought that was just kind of like a funny name, Gotham. That's like about as creative as it's gonna get with these. So, but as you can see, the overlay, it's coming out. You know, we got the Golem in the box with the name. Just, you know, on the right, it's just gonna be the Pokemon in my party. It's not gonna be like ordered in any specific way. It's just if it's in my party, it's going on the side there. So even if I swap who's in the first slot, I'm not gonna like change it on the overlay because that's just tedious and it doesn't really change anything. So now obviously this is the first encounter, but I'm using the rule where like, because I don't actually have access to Pokeballs, I'm not gonna like count this as my first encounter on this route. So we're just gonna kill Mischievous, which is a cool Pokemon. I used Mischievous in Pokemon Colosseum, I believe. They were one of the Shadow Pokemon, and I liked them in Colosseum. So hoping we can get that. And there's a Geodude on the route too. I guess that wouldn't even be like a first encounter anyway, because it's a duplicate. So I'm using that rule too. Well, like if you have the Pokemon already, it doesn't count. And I assume that applies to like the first evolutions of like the Pokemon if you have the final or the second or whatever. But obviously got to get our second potion. Pretty standard stuff in Pokemon games. You get the second potion from the Pokemart dude that's trying to promote. So he's a big old sellout. There's Larvitar on this route, which is cool. I guess to spoil it a little bit, I don't actually come back to this route for a little while. In fact, as of right now, I haven't even gone back to the route yet, but I really do want Larvitar. So I'm hoping that my first encounter on this route will be Larvitar whenever I come back to do it. I should probably do that, to be honest, because very underleveled Pokemon on that route. Yes, here we go. The rival battle. Now, she picks Onyx, which is going to make this very slow. So I decided to speed it up because, yeah, this battle was like excruciatingly slow. And of course I missed Rock Throw, which is really good. And Onyx is going to do barely any damage. I do barely any damage to Onyx. So I just had to speed this up. The way I'm going to be dealing with like wild Pokemon and stuff is and like trainer battles is like, I'm going to leave all the trainer battles in. I might speed some up occasionally if I feel like they're dragging, like this rival battle. Wild Pokemon, I'm going to keep the first encounter of each route. I might... There is one later on that I cut through. That's because it takes forever to catch it or whatever. But generally I'm going to keep the wild Pokemon, the first encounters in, like in its entirety, except for like specific cases. And then I'm gonna pretty much just cut all the other wild battles out. Like I'll like show me engaging the Pokemon, show what Pokemon it is, and then I'll just skip to the end where it's like dead or whatever. Unless I run away, then I'm just gonna run, and there's no point editing that, in my opinion. But yeah, generally I'm gonna keep all trainer battles, might speed some up. I'm gonna keep all wild Pokemon battles, might cut or speed up there too, depending. Because I want to keep all the trainer battles in. I don't want to cut those at all, unless I like AFK. Because generally I want, you know, you guys to see what's going on. But apart from that, wild Pokemon, like if it's just me failing to catch the Pokemon repeatedly, I'll like cut to when I actually successfully catch the Pokemon, is my idea. So yeah, hopefully that all makes sense. And I guess it'll become a bit more apparent as we do see trainers and wild Pokemon. So I guess now we actually have some Pokeballs. So that means our first encounters actually start mattering. We can start building up a team, which is cool. I guess let me know what you guys think, if like anyone's like watching this or whatever. Let me know what you think about the overlay. I'm not like fully sold on it. I'm not like 100% sure if I like this is what I'm feeling, but I don't know. Just let me know what you think. I think it's like kind of basic. It's like gets the point across. I don't know. Just let me know what you guys think. If there's something you don't like, you'd rather like see improved, just just leave a comment below or something explaining what you don't like. I think it looks pretty decent. But anyway, first encounter of this route is a Ninetales, so that's cool. Ninetales, not a Pokemon I usually use either. But I like them. So obviously we don't want to attack again because that'll probably kill it. So let's hope we can catch it pretty easily. Let's see, 1 shake, 2, 3, easy. So another Pokemon for the team. Obviously got to come up with a nickname. Now, Ninetales, because it's got 9 tails. So I thought I'd give it the name. Let's just start putting it in. Come on. Yeah, see, this is the problem. I'm really bad at coming up with nicknames, so I don't generally do it. But for the Nuzlocke, I thought, kind of goes with the Ninetales thing. I'll call it One Life, because obviously if it faints, that's it. So I thought that was a good name. I liked it, so decided to go with that. So I guess I should sort of explain why I didn't go back to Route 103, and it was just because I was just like training Ninetales. I thought was going to be like grindy enough. So I was just like, yeah, I'll just do the 1 for now, and then maybe I'll come back and get Larvitar. Hopefully I get Larvitar. Maybe I'll come back to 103 and like do that later when like I'm further in the game and it'd be easier to level them. But I just figured for now I'd rather just work on the Ninetales. So that's what I'm doing. Yeah, gonna do the old strat where you send out the Pokemon you want to train first. And then, as you can see, I even like debated going up there. And then I was like, yeah, no, I'll go back down first. But yeah, doing the strat where you put, the Pokemon you're training in the first slot of the party, swap them out for the other one, then like kill them with the other one. But yeah, some interesting Pokemon in this route. We've got a Huntail. That'd have been kind of cool. But yeah. So we go, leveling up, level 3. And Gardam's getting to level 8. Which is pretty nice. This is pretty much the entirety of like this little set. This is pretty much like kind of like the rest of this episode. It's just grinding up One Life a little bit, so she's like on par with the rest. And by the rest I mean Gardam. So there we go. Another easy one down. One Life leveling up. Paragon did not give a lot of EXP, but we take what we can get. So we got an Ekans. Arbok, sorry. Ekans is the first one. But yeah, Arbok. Got an Arbok. It's kind of cool. I think that gave a decent amount of EXP. I guess we'll see right now. Oh yeah, I actually decided to just use 1 life to see if she could do it, and yeah, she was perfectly fine. And she's level 5 now, which is pretty good. I think we just get 1 more level on her, and then I think that's it. Castform. Castform's pretty cool. I don't know, some cool Pokemon on the first like couple routes. Yeah, good selections. Oh, is there 1 more battle? No, I think that's it. Yep. Okay, so, well, I guess that's the end of this first part of the Pokemon Emerald Randomizer Nuzlocke. I hope you guys enjoyed it so far. In the next part, we'll be going to Route 104 and beating up some trainee dudes. Goodbye.